A special look at Education Edition that is now in the normal Bedrock edition of the game, where you can get hidden items in Minecraft. Hey guys, it's Chad. We showed off Education Edition a while back, but now Education Edition has been folded into the normal Bedrock edition of Minecraft, and it has some really exciting new features. Tons. I mean, you can just see the length of this episode, so let's just jump into it. So here we are inside of Minecraft, and these are a few of the exciting blocks that you can see in the Education version of the game. I just kind of want to show off what some of these look like. This is all in the normal game, which is pretty crazy, and I'll show you a few things that you can make using all of these blocks. But first, if you want to do this yourself and you have the Bedrock Edition, you can actually enable an education build in your world, which is awesome. It might not be your world that you use all the time. You are going to have to create a new world for you to use. So let's go through that. All you have to do is click Create New right there. Create new world again. You don't need any of the maps that you've bought or anything like that. I like to be in creative mode just so that I can have access to the creative inventory, but all of this can be done in survival. Then down here, activate cheats are turned on when you activate creative mode already, but if you're in survival, you do need to activate cheats and then switch on Education Edition, which is pretty cool. I'm going to flip a few of these other settings, and then we can go ahead and create the world. Okay, so the world has just loaded in. And first, let's take a look at what is a little different in this world. And what you'll notice is, right off the bat, in your building area, construction area, is the elements. You have all of the elements on the periodic table. And I just want to point out quickly this one, the question mark element. It's the first one after you open up the elements it's a question mark. We'll get more on that a little bit later. But you can actually grab these elements. You can place them down in the world as building blocks. So you can make your own table of elements, periodic table, which would be pretty cool of a build. But also over here, you have these new chemistry equipment set, which is what I was showing off before. Let's grab one of each of these so I can show you a little bit more on what they do. And then I believe that's just about it actually for the new blocks. But there's a lot that's actually hidden inside of here. There are new blocks that are available for you to get, but you have to actually get them through your blocks right here that just are new. So let's go through them. First, you have the element Constructor. This is what an inventory. This is just incredible, is it not? There we go. I got my mouse to show up again to help you guys out. So in this block, you are crafting, and once again, you can do all of this in survival. So I'm going to switch into survival to show you guys, because that's one of the reasons that you would really, really, really want these blocks right here, is because you can use the element Constructor to add protons, electrons and neutrons in order to make various elements. So I can make hydrogen right here, and I can in fact make a whole bunch of hydrogen because I might want hydrogen later on to show off some stuff. And then you can change around all of the elements to make more stuff. So let's make some helium, and you can go through and grab some elements that way. Next is the compound creator, and basically you're going to be taking the elements that you've gotten and putting them into the compound creator to get new compounds to use later on. And I'm going to do this, but I'm going to show you a few of the other blocks first. Next is the lab table, where you combine either the things that you have found in the compound creator to make compounds, or some of your elements to make various things. And I just made trash, garbage, nothing. That's no good. I didn't make anything good. So you do need to know the crafting recipe for this 9 wide grid here in order to combine stuff on the lab table. Next is the material reducer. This one looks super duper complicated, but it's actually really, really simple. So all you have to do is head out into the world and grab a few things that are just hanging around. So we're gonna grab a few blocks that we can easily pick up just with our hands. Okay, I was able to pick up a few quick items inside of the material reducer. If we take dirt, throw it in there, you can see all of the various elements that are inside of dirt, which is incredible. Like we got silicon, calcium, phosphorus, nitrogen, iron, oxygen, copper, zinc, and magnesium. So if I threw, can I put more? No, just only one at a time. So if I wanted to get a lot of these type of elements, I could do that. Next, let's throw in some sand. And that is a very different makeup of elements. Silicon, oxygen, and even more oxygen in sand. Gravel, looks like the same thing. Silicon, oxygen, and then oak. Ooh, what do we got here? Carbon, lots of carbon, of course. Hydrogen, oxygen, and a little itty bitty bit of nitrogen. So this is, if you're in survival, a really, really easy way to get lots of elements quickly instead of going through the element constructor and typing in exactly how many protons, neutrons, and electrons each element has. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know I could do that. I could throw oxygen in there. I was trying to just shift click it up here into my inventory. You can throw oxygen in there and it will show you exactly how to do that. So if I wanted, let's get out of here, oxygen. Get out of there. Okay, maybe I have to remove this all the way down here. There we go. So we don't know what this is. Let's throw in some nitrogen. There we go. Cool. So this is also another way if you have a little bit of something. So let's get rid of that and let's throw in some phosphorus. There we go. Look at that. 15, 15, and 16 for phosphorus. So if I want a few extra elements like that. So let's actually create something with all of our blocks. I'm going to kind of make my inventory a little bit less full of stuff. But let's make something special that isn't available in the other versions of the game. Okay, so, and also I promised you guys that I would explain a little bit more about that weird block, this one right here, these question mark block. And that is basically to represent anything Minecraftian that doesn't exist in the real world. So if I take some InStone and throw that in here, you can see we got lots of weird question mark elements. We have some silicon and some carbon, but then we have a lot of, like, I don't know what the heck. Redstone, well, actual redstone does not exist, but we got some uranium. Oh, that's really cool. And some carbon and glowstone. Oh, wait, I gotta get rid of that. Glowstone contains neon, which I think is funny, krypton, boron, and argon. Lots of the noble gases in there. So that is to represent this question mark block is made to represent Minecraftian things. Now that we have a few of those, in fact, I probably don't need those because I'm not going to use them to craft. Let's make something special for us. And we're going to start off with a balloon. Balloons don't exist in Minecraft. Well, now they do. So the first thing is to head on over to your compound creator, which we kind of skipped over just before. And we are going to make, what's in a balloon? Well, latex. Latex is in a balloon. So we're going to craft that. And luckily, I already know the crafting recipe. It is 5 carbon and 8 helium. Let me find my helium. There we go. No, not helium. No, I'm talking about latex. Helium goes inside of the latex. I need some hydrogen. There we go. So grab those. There we go. And now I have made a latex, which, as you can see, is represented by the thing below. I forget the name of this. Chemical formula. That's what that's called. So we can grab a whole bunch of latex now. If you kind of, if you double click, no, okay. I thought there was a way to get a whole bunch of it. No, you just have to shift click a whole bunch of times. Now this is a shapeless crafting recipe, so these can be inside of the compound creator however you want them to be. Next, now that we have our latex, we actually need a dye color. So any of these dyes, let's make a nice purple balloon. And then we also need a lead to hold on to our balloon. And finally, we need just a generic crafting table to put this all together. So the recipe for a balloon is to use our latex on the sides, then throw in the color of the balloon that you want, then add your helium in the middle and a lead on the bottom to get an adorable balloon. Isn't that super cute? And you can also change out the color. So if we wanted, instead of a purple, get out of here, we wanted a green, then we can make a green balloon. Now, a little bit of sadness is it really just lives in your inventory. You can't really place it on the ground and just kind of floats there a little bit. That kind of looks like a little balloon, a little bit on the ground there. Oh man. So it doesn't, like, you can't actually like place it and the balloon pops up into the world. But you do get a cute little item. And there's a few other of those items as well. Okay, so I've done a little bit of organizing in my elements here. So next we are going to make a glow stick, which I think is super duper cool. So in order to pull that off, we are going to need a whole bunch of carbon and some hydrogen. So let's head on over to our compound creator. And in order, the first step is that we need to make polyethylene, I think is how you say it. I am not a chemistry pro, but that requires 10 carbon and 20 of this hydrogen. Close. There we go. Nice. Okay, so let's grab a whole bunch of this because we're going to need it later. Next, we are going to need some hydrogen peroxide. So let's grab some hydrogen again, and we'll need oxygen. Oh, good. We have a whole bunch of that. Okay, and throw that into here with the recipe of 2 hydrogen and 2 oxygen, if I remember correctly. I can't actually. There we go. Oh, hydrogen peroxide. Perfect. And look, we actually created a different. Oh, I know that one. That's just water. Oh my gosh, that's cool. So H2O, you know that one. So now that we have those, let's head on over to our crafting table, and we will need a dye again. So any flavor of dye that you want, let me do. I like lime. Let's do some lime dye. So now you're gonna take your polyethylene, and we're gonna add our hydrogen peroxide right above that. And oops, not hydrogen. Get out of there. Lime. Wait a second, I did it wrong. Oh, I didn't look at the recipe close enough. There is something I am missing. Oh my gosh, and it's complicated. Okay, so now we are going to make some luminol, and luminol requires carbon. It requires hydrogen, some, is that neon? Nitrogen, some nitrogen, and some oxygen. Okay, so in order to create this, a luminol, we will need 8 of carbon. There we go. We will need 7 of hydrogen. And we have 2 more, and 3 of that, and 2 of oxygen. Wow. Okay, luminol. Good thing that we have that now. Okay, so the correct recipe is your I still cannot say this, polyethylene and luminol at the bottom, then hydrogen peroxide at the top, and whatever dye you want in the middle. And now you can make a glow stick. Do I have to crack it? Oh my gosh, it's like I ate it. Let's time set night. Okay.
Oh my gosh, it's glowing! Oh, wow. What on earth? Oh, that is so cool. Okay, well, I broke it by eating it, apparently. That's so I don't suggest anybody eats this. Let's do a different color. Let me do yellow this time. And we'll take our polythyrene. We'll take our hydrogen peroxide. We'll take our luminol. And then we got a yellow stick. Boop. This one is not glowing at the moment. Here, let's set the time to midnight. There we go. Now it's really dark. And there's my glowy stick. Here's my non-glowy stick. Oh my gosh, now I have a glowy stick. That's adorable, actually. Okay, next we need to make aluminum oxide, but I don't have aluminum yet, so I'm just gonna take a wild guess here and guess that I need close to something like this. Maybe... There we go. Okay, aluminum. Perfect. So I made some of that. Let's grab a whole bunch of that. Next, I need some boron. So I'm going to guess here once again. Okay, there we go. Boron. Now we need some oxygen. And luckily, we got plenty of that. So first, we're going to make some aluminum oxide. There we go. Perfect. So that was just 2 aluminum and 3 oxygen. And then now I need some boron trioxide, which is pretty easy because it's 2 boron and 3 oxygen. It's kind of in the name, boron trioxide. So let's grab that as well. And the last ingredient that I need is plain old glass that you are used to seeing every day. So we can grab some glass, take this over to the crafting table, throw some glass in the middle, take our aluminum oxide, throw it at the top, and our boron trioxide and put it at the bottom. And look at this, we get hardened glass. Hardened glass looks like this in the world, which is pretty cool. It is a totally different texture of the glass. Let me go grab normal glass. Here we are. And my glow stick's about ready to die. Poor glow stick. So this is normal glass, and that is hardened glass. Pretty cool. Very much of a different look. And remember, as I said before at the beginning, all of these things are not in the creative menu. So if I search for hardened glass, that doesn't exist. So the only way to get this is through all of these recipes that we're doing. Also, if you are wondering, it does work with glass panes, and it even works with stained glass. So if we take our aluminum oxide, our boron trioxide, and our glass right down here, we get hardened orange stained glass panes. So yes, it does work with panes, and it does work with colored glass as well. So pretty cool. Okay, we are going to kind of speed through the next of these because there's just so much to get to. So we can make some calcium chloride by adding, and you also kind of have to get rid of some of the stuff in your inventory. Otherwise, it gets a little bit confusing here. So in order to do that, we just threw together some chloride and some calcium, and that was 2 chloride to every 1 calcium. We're also going to make some tungsten chloride, but to do that we need 6 chloride in there, and we're going to show you what this is going to be useful for in just a bit. And then finally potassium chloride, which only requires 1 potassium and 1 chloride. So these are going to be basically like our chemistry dyes, okay? We're going to use these in order to dye specific things in the game, and starting out with the humble torch. So if we grab some torches, go into the crafting table, throw down a torch, and then take our tungsten, set it on top, you can see that it has changed, the color of the torch. So now we have a green torch. If we take potassium and set it there, now we have a purple torch. If we take calcium, we now have, and that is a shaped recipe. Calcium chloride actually doesn't make anything. So calcium chloride would make orange, but the torch is already orange, so there's no use for that. So let's take a look at these. We got a green torch, got a purple torch. Oh my gosh, that's adorable. And then of course the normal old torch. Don't know why the purple torch is, yeah, the purple torch has flame. Oh, there we go, green torch flame. So you can do that with curium and mercuric, which will make blue, red, and then the potassium is purple and tungsten is green. Okay, I couldn't resist. Here's red and here is blue. So now you have all these different colored torches, which is pretty incredible, actually. Next, we can take an item that we already have, magnesium, and combine it with a stick. So we add a stick, some magnesium, and then our chlorides to make a sparkler. So now we have an orange sparkler. We can make, here, let's just leave this in there, a blue sparkler, a red sparkler, awesome, and a purple sparkler, adorable. Oh, wait, and one more. We got the green sparkler. Okay, I'm not sure if these actually sparkle. Oh my gosh, they do! Oh my gosh! Oh, look at that. That is awesome! Oh my gosh, that is so cool! Okay, well now we have a sparkler. Let's do the purple. It just makes purple particles. Red. Oh my gosh, red particles. Blue. I could just sparkle her all day long. This is awesome. Oh, I'm learning chemistry. Next, let's finally use this lab table. We haven't done anything with that yet. So the first thing that we have to make, oh cool, we just made salt. Didn't realize that. Is this sodium hypochlorite. So sodium hypochlorite is our first ingredient, and then the next ingredient is, I don't have the right stuff, is we're gonna make some H2O. I know how to do that. I just grabbed some 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen, and there we go. Now we have some water. And we're gonna take both of those and add them into our lab table. So we got the sodium, we're gonna take 3 of that. We got the water, we're gonna take 3 of that. Oh, and you can see that stuff is happening. If we hit combine, that will make something. What does it make? It makes bleach. Bleach is what I just grabbed out of there. Let's throw some of our stuff away. We have so much stuff. This is awesome. We're learning chemistry. By the way, this animation only happens when you have a correct thing made. But anyway, so of course, bleach can be used in various ways. So let's grab, I have a little bit of wool, but I do want to grab a bed. Here we go. So let's grab a lime bed and also maybe a banner, orange banner. Okay, so bleach can be used to take each of these things like a banner and turn it white because it just bleached it, or a lime bed and turn it white, or some wool and turn it into white wool because it's bleach. That's what its property is. Next, if we take sodium acetate and combine 4 of them together, oh, look at this. Oh, it has a cool animation on how we're doing that. It will make that. Oh my gosh, let's make a whole bunch of that. Now you cannot stack, so I was trying to like make double the amount. No, you can only make 1 at a time. Well, what did we make while we made this? It's called an ice bomb, and I assume, oh, if we throw it in the water, it will create a 3 by 3 cube of ice. If I throw it underneath the water, what happens? Oh my gosh, I just made ice around myself. This is an ice bomb. And one more just for good measure. There goes. Bam. Oh, I forget that I'm in creative mode at the moment. So I can make just an ice pathway here. This is awesome. This is great. It works if you hit the ice or if you hit the water. So if I just kind of smack the ice around here, this is cool. You guys, I think I'm going to have to stop it here. I've been recording for over 40 minutes. I'm not even sure how big this episode is going to be. There is so much more to see, to be honest. You can make heat blocks. You can make super fertilizer. You can make elixirs and antidotes and eye drops and tonics. You can do all sorts of stuff in in this version, in this little toggle of the game. There's so much to see, so I suggest you go check it out.
Hope you enjoyed this episode of OMG Craft. If you did, please give this video a like. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and make sure you subscribe for future videos, tips, tricks, tutorials, and spotlights here on OMG Craft. See you next time. Bye.